everyone, welcome back to the shed. No, not sponsored, and no, it's not alcohol. Today I'm going to crack open the bolt in the bottom of the fork for the Yamaha. That's the old one, you see, the stanchion there. But because we've got the other one there as well, because the oil in here needs to come out, I've got a plastic bottle over there, and yeah, it's got 150 cc's according to the book of oil in each fork. So I do need to buy some, but what you need to do is undo the bolt in here, drain out the oil, and then you put the bolt back, and then you remove the seal between the stanchion and the fork itself. So I misplaced my normal mole grips, but I put this in here because it's an Allen bolt. I thought, well, I'll give this a try. It'll give me a bit more leverage. So, oh, there we go. That was quite tight. Oh, totally went over there for some reason. Right, I'll get this out and I'll drain it, and I'll show you the oil coming out into said bottle. I might cut the top off. It might make it a bit easier because the target is small. I got the bolt out and it's pretty black and it does not smell very good at all. It reminds me of like being at the train tracks or near the train tracks or train station when I was a kid. I don't walk on train tracks, honestly, promise. I found a jug and it's got oil only written on it, so that's good. But I'll put this to the side and I'll give it a clean up in a bit. So we'll get this out of the vise. I can't do it one-handed, so back in a sec. Right, so I've taken the fork out of the vise. If you're doing this, don't forget to wrap the bottom bit in a rag. It protects this bit. Right, so are we ready? Oh my god, that is black. I don't think it's supposed to be that colour. And I also don't think these have been changed in a long time. Right, what I'm going to do, because what you need to do is you need to push the push the fork down to try and get more oil out. So I'll be back shortly, yet again. More edits. Ooh, shaky camera. Sorry, don't be sick. Ooh. Okay, so I have been looking through the book to find out how to dismantle this. And it said in the book that there is something called a spring seat and spring. This is preceded by a spacer. Now, I looked on here and it didn't say anything about those components. So I'm looking around this thing, thinking, where can it be? So I've looked in the top. Now, I managed to get it out, but this is the top of the fork. Now, I didn't know that you have to push it down to get access to this ring here. So this ring seats in a recess at the top of the fork. So when you push the spacer in, you can then get the clip in. So unfortunately, for some ungodly reason, my pick set has vanished. It's probably in the Cortina or something. It's not in my toolbox. So I found this little tiny thing and I managed to get it out. So what I'm going to do, I just realised that I need space to lay out all the components which are inside here. And they're all listed here. But it's all going to need a thorough clean before I can even start putting it back together again with the other stanchions. Because I've got to strip them all down and then use all the parts. But I don't know if I'm going to need the parts from this stanchion or the parts from the other ones. So for now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to tidy up that part of the bench there, drink my drink, get everything out of the way, and then lie things out and take photos of all the components and get them all clean. All the parts are out as far as I can see. So we've got the main spring that goes in the bottom. Then you've got that spacer. Then you've got this tube. Then the block spacer at the top with a washer, with an O-ring in it, and then the little ring clip. Now, as far as I can tell, we now need to put this back in the vise and pull this as hard as possible to get it out of there, because you've got the seal in there, you see? You see the seal? See? See, seal. Yeah. Well, I've been trying for ages now, and this will not come out. It will not budge. I've put everything I can into here, trying to yank it, but this thing is not heavy enough. It doesn't weigh enough. So I can't get them out. So it looks like I'm going to have to take them to a bike shop, which I didn't want to do, because I want to do it. Oh, shit. Thanks for watching, everyone. I know it's not a fun episode, but these things happen. Okay, after my little meltdown, I asked Andy about this, the chap who I got the forks from, the replacement, and all the other parts. The Haynes book tells you to put the bolt back in the bottom. I didn't realise you need to take it back out again. So what it does is it bolts into that bit there, and it means you can't get it out, because that's the threaded end. So, duh. So yeah, I can take apart that one, and then I can get new seals, do the other forks, and get them all sorted out. I will show putting them back together, but I won't show taking them all apart. It's just this one. So yeah, the bottom ends are nice and shiny. But ew. Ew. I have hit a snag. Now this fork stanchion has the springs out of it and everything, and this centre piece slides out, and this is aluminium. I don't know what that's made of, and you've got some kind of material in there. Sorry, I'm standing in the light. It's like a rubberized or a plastic insert of some kind. You can tell it's in there as well, and also here you've got like a dimple, and you can feel there's like a lower ridge where it's been like squeezed in or something. So there as well. So the problem I've got is that, yes, I could put these into my forks, but the problem is this bolt is bigger than that one, which means it won't fit in the hole. So what I tried to do, I spoke to Andy, and I tried to hammer that insert back so I could try and get it out of the tube. But the problem is I started damaging this aluminium. So I don't know what to do now. I think I'm going to go and speak to a bike shop that I know and see if the guy might be able to help me out. Oh, nearly dropped a rag. See if he can help me out with this. And fingers crossed, he might be able to do something. I don't know. But we need to get these forks switched over. I just decided to start decanting the oil from the jug into this canister, which I use for like every oil I use. Doesn't matter what goes in there, it goes to the recycling centre. Anyway, I looked at that. I started pouring it, and look at this gunk. That was at the bottom of the RS forks. I honestly cannot believe that was in there. Let's grab a screwdriver a minute and see if there's anything solid in there. Oh my god, that's a spider. What the hell? That can't be right. That must have fallen in there. That can't be right. Ignore that. That's a spider. Ooh. That's gross. The spider must have fallen off the roof or something, but never mind. But this stuff is nasty. Yeah, and he would have died falling in that. unless he was dead already. I just realised, yeah, that's a spider. But look at that. That is just gross. Never mind. Hello everyone, back in the garage? Shed. We're in the shed. Yamaha fork. Well, we now have this on the, sorry about the wobbliness of the camera, I'm holding it against the Cortina wing. But I wanted to show you the oil that's putting in this fork, because obviously you saw the oil that came out of it. The screw, or the bolt, is in, I was just double checking. I did put it in there, didn't I? Because otherwise it won't come out. Exactly, there we go. It is in. So the oil that came out was like really dark brown and stinky. This is what's going in. And this is Silkaline. It's 150 millilitres. And in the Haynes book, I think I've mentioned this before, it says 150 cc, so it has to be exact. So I'm going to pour it into the fork, and you're going to see it with me. We'll pour it slowly. There's no point in pouring it quick. And if anything comes out the bottom, well, I'll just have to deal with it. So there is something which I'm going to have to do. And I've put a few things on the watch list on eBay. This is going to dribble for a while. Now, the cap that goes in the top of this fork, you may have seen from the live I did. The cap I've got for this fork is quite corroded, as in rusty, really rusty, and the O-ring. Unfortunately, I contacted the bike dealer, and those parts aren't available. The O-ring's not available, and the cap is not available, and the rubber caps that go on top of the hex caps are not available. So I had a look on eBay, and there are caps available, but they don't fit the right bike. So I went on CMS NL, went on that website, found the item number, couldn't get it from that website. So I went to Fowler's, typed in the part number there, and the part is available via Fowler's. So what I'm going to do, as soon as I got the cash in, I'm going to order those. But I will be putting these back together for now because I did clean everything. Okay, that should do. Right. Let's put the cap back on. Now, I don't know if... No, there's no way of seeing it. But inside this one, it's heavily corroded. I mean, heavily corroded. So this is not staying on the bike. It's just going to be on there temporarily. Come on. This was a pig to try and do earlier. I'll come back to you. First fork seal is in. I used a bit of grease as well. It's nice and red, just like the oil. So that's all in there. And I used the old cowl side piece to knock it in. I did grease it before I put it on. And now I've cleaned the boot, the dust boot, and this is a different size compared to the RXS one. Let's grab the RXS. And if you look at that spacing, look at that spacing there, this one is not the same. This has got the correct size boot space. So let's drop that down. I'll get that on there like that, and give it a rotate. And that is on. That's sealed, and that fork is done. That one has got to be nipped up just a little bit, and I can put this back on the bike. So the other fork, I don't know where that dust boot is, so I'm going to try and find it. joking? Doesn't fit. Pain in the backside just to try and get this in. For God's sake. There we go. Oh, for God's sake. Get out. Oh. Ow. I pulled a load of tendons in my arm. Oh, what the hell? Why won't this go in? There we go. Ow. 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 Come on. There we go. There we go. Oh, finally in. What a pig. Well, unfortunately, the mudguard doesn't fit, and I don't know why. Maybe it's for the RXS forks bottom pieces, whereas this is not. This is our RS. Sugar. Of course, this is RS. It's not the same. The bolt holes slightly too far apart, which is what happened on the last mudguard I bought. So, do I drill that one? Or do I drill the other one? I don't know. Ow. I really shouldn't be doing this. I've injured myself somehow. Right, let's get this bottom bolt done up and then sort out the top of the forks, because they need to go up. We need to push down whichever way. Oh, that needs to be undone a bit. That's a bit loose. 14. I think I might have done the pinch bolts up a bit too tight. I'll take it off the stand to do this, I think, can I? Alright, it's working. I think it needs to be greased. Alright, it is working. Just very slowly. Okay. This is not fun. I don't want to take these off again. Oh dear. Oh, sit down. Hello. It's another day in the grand faffing with these forks. So, I lifted the forks up. I had to twist the stanchions to go up inside the top triple clamp, and the speedo thing came out of its locator, so I had to drop them back down again. So now I have to tighten the spindle up. It's a 17 mil. Unfortunately, yeah, bugger. That side is bigger. I need a bigger spanner. Found one. It's a 22. And this side really needs a split pin, but unfortunately I don't possess any. Not yet, anyway. I need to buy some. Crank, 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 crank. Oh, I didn't take many, 3. I've got to be careful. I pulled the tendons in this arm, but no one else is going to do this. I have to do it. I wouldn't want anyone else to do it. It would drive me insane, that would. Let's tighten that a bit more, so when we get a split pin, it can go straight in that hole. Now what I need to do is get these forks back up, and I'm in pain. After this video I might take a few weeks off just to try and get myself better. I've got a book in with physiotherapy. Pulled tendons in your and damaged rotator cuff. It's not nice. Okay, I think I'm going to have to angle you up so you can see what I'm doing a bit better. There we go. Right, hopefully that's got you. So if I lift here, put as much weight on it as possible, there we go, and rotate and pull, lift at the same time. Can't see because my hair's getting in the way. Oh, yeah. Means the forks can pivot a little bit too. Come on, up you go. Oh. Got it. There we go. And because they're both even, because of the spindle at the bottom, they go up straight together. Yeah, that's bang on. Okay, so let's tighten up these 14 mils by finger. And then actually use a spanner. Look at that, 14. Just what we needed. So once I've tightened these up, that'll be it. This is that. The forks are done. And I'll put the, I'll sort out the mudguard in a future video. This is a pain because my right arm is my strongest, and having problems with my tendons, that's not good. Is that 12? Yeah. What size is that? It's bigger than a 12. It's 13, isn't it? No, it's not. It's also a 12. I've forgotten about that. And a 12 spanner. Swan neck ring style. That fits in there nicely. I will get some of these caps at some point. Just turn it that way. I'm going to have to tilt the handlebars forward as well. I'm not happy with where the angle that they're at the moment. Okay, so that one's done. Get on there. There we go. Tighten that down. There we go. That's it. Bolts are done. So hopefully, ooh. Ooh. Yeah, the handlebars aren't right for me, not that angle. They need to be further forward. But yeah, they feel fine. Plenty of spring back. Not too much travel. Mind you, I am on the main stand, so I'm not going to get it perfect. But there we go. That's that little part of the video done. So that's part of the bike done. Forks are done for this video. So thank you all for watching. I know it's not the most exciting, and my filming is awful. So you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm going to take a bit of time off to recuperate and fix myself, because my shoulder is not good and my arm just constantly feels heavy and I get pins and needles and numbness in my hands. So yeah, not good. So yeah, taking a bit of time off from working on the bike. I'm going to try and borrow a DA to try and sort out the car door, and yeah, try and get that done with as little stress as possible. Yeah, so thanks for watching. See you later. Okay, second time I'm trying to record this. This kickstart mechanism needs to go into my engine. This is the engine I got off Andy, the 100cc. This engine is done. It might be able to be saved by someone, but not me. So it hooks onto this post, it tapers down there, but there is the outer spring and there's an inner spring, if you can see that. There's kind of like two of them working together, if that makes any sense. And it hooks into the plastic there, if I can make it out correctly. And then you've got that washer, you've got this slide piece here, and you've got that debris there. Then you've got this big cog here, and there's going to be stuff in behind it. Can I lift that up? No, not really, not without moving the engine. but that's got to come out. And to get it out, I need to take that hook off of there. Won't do it on camera, but I'll see if I can get this out. As you can see, I've taken the spring off that post. Now, when you put the springs in, all you got to do is pull it round once and to hoop on there. Not go the other way, it's just hoop it round once and it hooks onto here. Let's see what it's like underneath. Will it come out if I wiggle it just a little bit? Oh, there we go. Look at that. So that there hooks. Ah, okay. So I think that loop there, I think that's what it does, goes into that little recess there, the little square hole, and then this square bit there, this angled off bit there, sits in that corner here. Let's see if I can do that, see if I can put it back in. Can't be too difficult, can it? Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's it, that's in. See, I don't think mine does that. It's very possible. I think there could be on my engine. Let's get that back out again. I'm hoping there's not too much damage in here. But I do remember that bit there is not in the best of shape. But I could be wrong. I can't remember what's what in my other engine. In the one that's on Buddy. But I did notice on here as well, there is a little bit of wear. I can see it. Yeah, the top of those teeth there, look. You can see there's a bit of wear going on. So, we will see. But yeah, just a quick snippet for you. Engine.